Hello, and welcome to Round Robin. I'm your host, Robin McCormick with the City of Hampton, and today we're going to learn about a business that is going above and beyond working with veterans. My guest is Pam Kelly of Hudgins Contracting. Welcome, Pam.
Good morning. Thank you.
Tell us, first of all, a little bit about Hudgins Contracting, what you do.
Hudgins Contracting has been around for 50 years.
50. I knew it was a while,
50.
but I did not know 50.
The first 20 was as a general contractor, and then the next 30 have been as a site and utility contractor. We primarily do federal work on the various bases, both this side and south side. Think of a piece of land, trees, whatnot, and we go in, we clear, and we are the water and sewer. We go up to 5 feet from the building. We don't go inside. That's mechanical.
Okay.
And that's, I hate to say it's that simple, but it's kind of that simple.
Hey, it's a niche. It's
yes,
you know,
it's
what you do.
a very specific niche. The federal work is our niche because it's difficult. The level of paperwork, the badging criteria, we probably carry more staff as a subcontractor than anyone else in the area to make that happen.
So what you've been honored for is hiring veteran employees, retaining veterans,
Yes.
working, outreach, and to do things with veterans. Why do you do that?
Why do we do that? We do that because, first of all, we're a military-rich area, so why not? It is an untapped resource. Secondly, the work ethic. When you have military, the structure, their ethic is unmatched. Mm-hmm. They are badgeable, so they can get on all the bases, and they teach our young folks.
So you're not necessarily hiring people young. You're looking, when they come out of the military, they've got at least work experience, if
Absolutely.
not exact experience that translates.
You would be surprised how much construction and heavy equipment and trucks get used in the military. We all have a specific visual of what the military does, but I don't think we think about the infrastructure and all the things that make that happen.
Wow. So do you do outreach at military job fairs or on base, or how do you recruit?
All the above. We do job fairs, and some of the job fairs are geared toward those getting ready to come out. Mm-hmm. They're very specific for that. When we post on the Virginia Employment Commission site, we give preference to veterans, and what that means is, all things being equal, if everyone has the same criteria, job skill sets, mm-hmm. veterans get preference. The V3 is an organization that we are registered with as well, and they do their own recruiting, and we're registered with their site.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
there are a lot of people that work, and V3 works with employers and veterans,
Absolutely.
right? So they're just a facilitator, one of the many tools that you use.
Yes, and it helps with our on-base presence. We've had people walk up.
Oh, yeah, they see you.
Because it's exciting. I still get excited. When I do job site visits, I get excited. And so, as a young person, you want to play with Tonka toys, right? And then you grow up and you see them in action, and you're like, I can do that.
Yeah. Heavy equipment is
Absolutely.
cool.
It really is.
A lot of children love that.
Yes.
We do, the touch-a-truck and all that other stuff
Absolutely.
because kids are so fond of it. And some people retain that when they grow up. And it's high demand skills. I mean, driving heavy equipment, having that licensure and criteria is...
it is safety intense. Mm-hmm. It is absolutely safety intense.
So what is the culture at your company? Obviously...
Amazing. It's very family. It's very family.
But it's not a small company anymore, really.
Depends on what your definition of small is. We average about 40 to 50 employees.
Okay.
I don't know if you consider that small, but it keeps it in a way.
Federal government definition would be.
It is federal definition.
Yeah.
But with that size, you know everyone. You absolutely know everyone. And I can say we know something about everybody. And I think our culture is one that when an employee has a personal hiccup, we work with that. It's worth it.
Yeah.
Because then they appreciate that you take care of them.
Yeah, and you retain that skill.
We do.
Because, if somebody leaves, it's a long term to replace them and train them, and that's a lot of cost.
It is a lot of cost.
But it's also just the human thing to do when you can do it.
It absolutely is. And when you're working in safety sensitive work, the more they know each other, there's a trust factor.
Well, and the military builds that too.
Yes, they do.
You trust the people in your team. You trust people.
You have to.
You have to.
Your
right.
life depends on it.
Yeah. So I never thought about that translating to safety and heavy equipment, but of course it does.
Of course it does. Absolutely.
What are some other things you do with your military or any employee, really?
So some of our military that come out, they choose to remain a reservist. Okay, so they have commitments on weekends. We have a truck driver currently that he had a 3-week commitment this summer. And sometimes when they're applying for work, they're like, I really don't want to give up the reserves, but I know that will put you in a bind.
Mm-hmm.
They have that schedule so far in advance that in his situation, we were able to go to a third-party driver and facilitate that while he was gone. We absolutely hold their jobs while they're gone. Absolutely. Because that shows their commitment. If they have that type of commitment to the reserves, they're going to have that commitment to us as well.
Yeah, but in a company your size, it can be a disruption, especially if somebody gets deployed, gets called up out of the reserves.
Well, and with current climate, that's very
it's been
likely.
happening. Yeah,
Yes.
we lost a supervisor manager for almost a year.
Wow.
But it's what they have to do, and they're defending us.
I would say those are the people that keep us safe at night.
Yeah.
So why would you not? Why would you not? And this is a military-rich area. I'm a military brat, raised here on Langley, so it's personal for me too.
So when I went to look up this award,
Yes, ma'am.
I noticed that you had won it 2 years ago in 2021, and that no other company in Hampton had applied or had earned this criteria. Why did you file the paperwork and go through all the hurdles to show?
Because
that-
we're proud. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, perfect.
I get excited. We're proud. We are proud.
Proud of what you do.
We're proud of what we
who you
do.
it
We're
with.
proud of our people.
Hey, what else can I add to that?
Absolutely.
Was there anything else you wanted to add, Pam, before we close?
I just think that people really need to give the military a shot. I really do. They give us a lot, and we tend to forget how much they give. And I watched my father transition out after 22 years. It's not a walk in the park for everyone. So you just need to entertain it. You need to have the conversations and realize the value there that you are maybe overlooking.
Well, when I pulled census numbers, I mean, obviously, this entire area is rich in veterans.
Yes.
But Hampton had the largest per capita.
Really?
And we know they're here. They're our neighbors. They're our friends. And they're, as you say, great workers. So
Yes.
I hope other companies
I do too.
will look at this.
That's why we were excited about your invite, is 6 degrees of separation. You don't know who we'll reach, maybe.
That's right. All right. Well, thank you so much,
Of course.
Pam. And thank you for watching. This is an honor that any company can apply for, but of course, you have to have that culture. You have to be reaching out to our veterans and looking to help them transition in a way that benefits the veteran and benefits your company. Thanks for watching.